Last day? Maybe. Well, that could be the last ski run of this season. I don't want to say this year, but this season. So I just got done skiing. It's, I don't know, Mother's Day weekend, whatever, May something. JP says they might be open next week. I kind of doubt I'm going to do it. There's not a whole lot of trails open. The snow was kind of got soft, normal. But right as, I mean, it's like I skied for a couple hours, took a dozen runs. You know, it takes what, like 30 seconds to come down. So it's not that much of a big deal. But it starts getting clumpy, and then the underneath is icy. So it's a funny kind of snow. It takes a lot of leg. It's tough on your knees, your leg muscles. It's totally different than skiing in the dead of the winter. So that's pretty much, well, I say pretty much. I might go to Killington once more. If I did, it would be more just to say that I skied. I was on snow. How's that? I was on snow for 8 out of the 12 months. We'll see. So it's been like, I don't know, a lifetime since I posted. It's been a long, long time. And you know, I've had one period of time I'll be like, okay, yeah, I should do it again. You know, just because I've been really busy and everything else. I've been busy before and I did it. And then I'm like, well, you know, is it going to really matter? Do people really want to watch? I don't know that one. So I'm still in that, you know, debating mode of, do I want to take the time, make the videos? If it's going to be entertaining, useful, people are going to watch them, great. I think, you know, that's a benefit. Have I been busy? Yeah, I've been like really busy. The winter was super busy skiing. I usually did ski instructing for like, usually 6 days a week. I was working at the mountain. And then I did, I taught a group of kids from England. So that was what, the end, middle of April, I believe. And that was a great group of kids. They had never skied before. England doesn't have a lot of ski areas or anything. So that was very interesting. They were 14 and 15-year-olds. Really great group of kids. Will I do that again? I don't know. It was interesting to do. Let's put it that way. So, and then coffee's been really busy. I'm trying to work on different things, so I'll tell you more about that after. We're trying to expand. We need to expand. We'll see how, you know, everything goes. Cold brew's what I'm working on next. You know, I realized that I ski a lot, probably a lot more than a lot of people do. When I was leaving, there was some young guys who had just come up today from Rhode Island. So it was a 4.5-hour drive to go skiing up at JP. So I don't think I'm alone, but I do like to ski, and I like to be able to do things. So as long as I can. I mean, I'm realistic. Someday I won't be able to. I get that. I'm not going to like it, but I get it. So for now, I like to be able to go skiing. I mean, the garden's just about, I think I'll start planting the garden on, probably on Sunday, I think. Sunday or Monday, I'll start planting the garden. Might be Monday, because it might go to Maine. So we'll just see how that all plays out. But if I don't have other things I can do, like working in the garden riding a bike. Oh, speaking of bikes, there might be a little surprise coming on that bike motorcycle thing, but that will be another topic. So the coffee business is doing well. I mean, like everything else, it's it's got issues and whatnot because of supply problem, cost problems. I don't know what's going to happen in the extremely long run, but in the short term, it's okay. But I mean, I do see coffee prices rising. I had to raise my coffee prices. If coffee keeps going, I mean, it's one of those deals. If the prices keep going up, then I have to. And if shipping keeps going up, then I have to go up. It's just how it is. But so far, so good. I'm still looking to, try to expand, get some more markets. So this year, we're not going to do the farmer's market. We're going to try to use that time for other things, because the farmer's market just took an enormous amount of time out of every week. So Sid's not doing it. Oh, look, sheep. Little babies. I don't know if you remember, but at one point in this life, we had like 200 sheep. Anyway, back to coffee. So one of the things I'm working on is making a cold brew. And that cold brew, I've been testing it. I've got the supplies, I've got the little bottles. We're going to sell it in like a 64-ounce sort of bottle jug that you can then bring back and get refilled or get another one. And that'll be one price. And then we're going to also sell them as 12-ounce retail bottles. And those are actually a plastic one. It's a little sort of a square bottle with a top. I'm waiting on the labels for those. Those are being designed so that'll hopefully be not too distant future. I just put out another batch with people to test, sort of like I did with the coffee before. And so far the results are good. People are still loving it, and there's some that are like, oh, it's to this or it's to that, and I get that. That's fine. Everybody's taste buds are different, so I'm just hoping that I'll be able to get the 12-ounce ones in some retail outlets, which would be great, and then hopefully it spreads from there. We can get some more coffee people on board. Maybe they'll have cold brew. Maybe, I don't know. I just think cold brew is going to be a relatively good market, because that ready-to-drink market is pretty big. One of the things that's been really hard, almost impossible to do, is break into existing cafes, markets that already have their own suppliers that they've been using. And some of them that I've approached, and I get that. They're happy with the people that they've been working with. Their customers are happy with the coffee they've been getting. They don't want to take a chance. But I mean, some of these companies or cafes are using coffees that are from all over the U.S., not just local Vermont. So, I mean, I wish that was a little bit different, but, again, there's nothing I can do about that. And I mean, I get it. You don't want to upset your clientele, but, and I've made suggestions of, well, maybe we could try it as a limited run. Well, no, I think we're just going to stick with what we got. So getting into those existing markets is kind of hard. I mean, I had a couple places said, oh, we could maybe do some limited runs, but that never materialized into anything. So that's why I've been, working on thinking in terms of the cold brew. How can I get farther into that, another branch of the same market, so to speak? That could end up working fairly well, because the money's about the same, a little bit more in some cases, a little bit less in others, but it gets product out there. So I don't know, it's one of those deals. And just in case you're wondering, yes, I do miss aspects of being in the Lutheran, like beach walks, that warm water, all of that. The people, I don't miss the aggravating parts, but who does? So I just had to readapt and change. Maybe it'll change over time, but on the other side of the coin, I get to do more stuff with family now, as the grandkids, and you know, I wouldn't trade that. I wouldn't trade the time we get to spend with them, because that time is, it's on this side, not this side. So that's absolutely wonderful. Hopefully, now that maybe someday COVID's on the downside, we'll able to get out and do even more. This summer we're hoping to go to the zoo in Canada, the Granby Zoo. It's really nice up there. Hopefully they still have all the animals. Going to the beach, doing this, doing that. So those kind of make up for not being able to go to the beach, float in the nice warm water. Definitely one car at a time. Today is also Green Up Day, so I don't know if, I think the kids had baseball or something this morning. So I don't know if we're going to be doing some of that. We got the little green up bags, and I know we could do that going down our road, not a problem. And I know that's got to be done today. The other thing that's going to be done today is I have an oak barrel that I've used to make bourbon whiskey coffee, which maybe it's been so long, maybe I don't even know that. But what I do is I take a whiskey barrel, I buy a whiskey barrel that had bourbon whiskey in it, and when they're done with it, it's a distillery over in Vermont. When they're done with it, I take a bag of beans and I put those beans in there, and then I roll those beans around for a month or more, and then I start roasting them up. And what happens is the alcohol and everything else smells in there get absorbed by the coffee beans. It makes a really great coffee, but it takes, the barrel costs me money to buy. It takes, rolling the barrel every day. There's more time. So it's a more expensive coffee. But when I'm done with the barrel, what I did was Sid wanted half of this barrel. I've done it before, a couple barrels worth. Sid wanted half. So I cut it in half so she can have a planter. And then a friend of mine who has a microbrewery in St. Jay, he wanted, and I'm not exactly sure what he's doing with it, but that's okay. He wanted some of the staves to use for a beer he's going to make. So I got to bring those staves from the top half of that barrel to him this afternoon. That way, before they're out in the air too much. I mean, they don't have the same fragrance. Let me tell you, when you open that barrel to begin with, it's like, well, if you stuck your head in there for more than like a few whiffs, you'd end up passing out. It's so strong. So the beans absorb most of that, and now there's not a whole lot left in the barrel. There's still some. It's got the charred and a little bit of smokiness, but what he's gonna do, I don't know. Yeah, that's Burke Mountain, which is, I'm almost home. And they still have snow too, which is weird. So I just dropped off the oak staves for a friend of mine, and had a good talk with them. They've been testing my cold brew, letting me know what they think of it. And the last batch has been the best one they said so far. So I'm just about ready. I've got to wait on a few more people, but otherwise the cold brew, I think, is just about ready to go into production, shall we say. I mean, I only make it at 5 gallons at a time. So at this point, if it goes better, great, wonderful. But that's pretty much how that's going to work, and hopefully it does work. I mean, I think some people, because cold brew has a higher caffeine kick, in case you didn't know that. So hopefully it's going to be a big hit. But I know there's going to be some people who are going to just say, oh, I'd rather have the caffeine kick of cold brew. I don't want the beans anymore. Not a great situation. But who knows? Tomorrow's Mother's Day. I'm not sure what we're going to do. I'm thinking we might be going to Montpelier to have sort of lunch brunch with Tyler. Maybe.